Are you still creating all your teaching resources from scratch? What if I told you that there's a tool that you can use where you do not have to create from scratch and it will help you to save time while you create quality resources? Hello, everybody. My name is Patrina, and I am a social media marketer, Canvassador, and the founder of Immediately. I've spent 15 years in the education sector, and I've taught both in classrooms as well as online schools. This platform is designed to help teachers to modernize their teaching methods and to find new, fun, and engaging ways of teaching, as well as helping schools to build a brand that parents are really drawn to, all using modern, savvy digital tools. So come along and let me show you what is this tool that I'm talking about that's going to save you time. Before we begin, I just want to mention that Canva education is free to all educators. And in the caption below, I'm going to put a link of where you can go and sign up for Canva for education, as well as a video which shows you step by step on how you can sign up for Canva for education. Right, so let's get started. When you open your Canva dashboard, you'll notice that it says, "What will you teach today?" And underneath it, there is your designs, templates, and Canva AI. We are going to use templates. Now, you can search for millions of templates. These templates are created by teachers for teachers. So let's say, for example, I'm an English teacher and I would like to have a look for a reading comprehension. So all I need to do is then search for reading comprehension, and all the teaching resources that have to do with reading comprehensions will come up. You will notice there's worksheets, there's PowerPoints, there's different resources here for different ages. Now, let's say, for example, I want to have a reading comprehension, especially for grade 5. I can type in grade 5 and enter, and then the grade 5 resources will appear. Now, you still need to go through it because sometimes it does pop up with a resource like this one, Dan and his cat, where you can see that this isn't appropriate for grade 5 level. But you can go through all the templates and look for ones that suits your lesson, maybe your theme, or a topic that you are teaching for the week. Let's say, for example, this under the C one. This looks good. It's got my reading comprehension and it has some my reading passage as well as my questions. So all I need to do is click on customize this template. Right. Now I can make this template my own. I can use it as is and I can go and have it printed and hand it out to my class should I wish, or I can make it my own. I can change the colors, I can change the font, I can add images, I can even change the questions and make it an interactive worksheet. Let me show you how. So let's say, for example, I don't like this blue color. I want to change it and I want to make it fancier by using a color gradient. I can do so. Or if I wanted to print this and I don't want to use so much ink, I can just make it a white background. But because I'm going to use this as an interactive worksheet, I'm going to make it fun and engaging and just look more attractive for my students. Now, this font under the C, our school maybe has a policy that you can only use a particular font. So let's click on it and change the font, and we're going to use Arial. So as you can see, I can use the font selector and choose the font that I want to use. Now, you will notice it's all in caps. If I want to change that, I can select this icon here that says uppercase, and it will change it for me. If I don't like the color and I want to make it a bit darker or want to make it black, I can change it by selecting the text color and choosing any color that I want. The comprehension section is also in a different font. So let me go and select the font and change it to Arial. And there we go. If I wanted to change the size, I select the font and I can increase the size of the font by selecting this plus symbol. I can also move the font, the text around by clicking on the text, and when this purple border appears, I can move it around. You'll see that there are purple or pink guidelines that helps you to center it and to align everything. And there we go. Now, for grade fives, I'm sure that they would appreciate if there's an image or two. So to insert images, we can click on elements, and then we can search for a particular image. So this is under the sea, so I'm going to just type in ocean animals, and different images and graphics and photos and videos will pop up. For this example, I just need to have a graphic, so we can select maybe some nice seaweed to put here at the bottom, and then maybe we can insert this picture of a turtle at the top here. Okay, and let's say, for example, you want a similar image in that same style. It will always have magic recommendations. You can click on see all, and it will give you images that are in the same kind of style. So we can select another image and maybe add this one over here. You can change the size by selecting the circle, and when it goes purple, you click on it and you can just drag it and it will change the size. Okay, there we go. Now I have managed to insert these images, these elements into my worksheet, and it just looks fun and exciting for my students. Now this is where the exciting part also starts. If I want to turn these questions into interactive questions, I can do so. We can click on the question and click on this little magic right, and then select generate quiz. And there we go. It will generate a quiz. You can change the size by hovering over with your mouse, and when it goes purple, you can click and drag to change the size. Now, what I normally do is I push it to the side here, and then I delete the question. And then I do the same with the next one. I generate the quiz. Okay, just change up the size. And then you can delete the question. Do the same for the next one. Right, so now that you've got your quizzes, you can then come and place them on the page. So there we go, we've got the two there. And you can play around with the sizes by also clicking on it, the border, dragging it to make it maybe wider. Or if you want to make it smaller, there we go. And then you can just drag all of them in place. Okay, and then I don't have place for my fifth one, so I can just add a page by clicking on add page, and then I can drag this one here onto this part of the worksheet. And then to take up this space, I can maybe just insert a fun sticker or fun note that says well done. Right, and then I'm done creating my interactive worksheet. I've used a template, and I have made my worksheet interactive, and I've done this in under 15 minutes. Now I need to share this with my class. So how do I go about doing that? Well, there's different ways that you can do that, and I'm going to show you how. So you need to click share, and then you're going to click on Select All and Template Link. Once you've done that, you'll create the template link, and then it will give you a URL, and you can copy the link, and then you can either send it to your students in the form of an email, a message, or however you can communicate with them. That's one option. The next option is to go to Assign, and there are different ways you can assign to your students. So the first option is to assign via link, where you then copy the link for your students by selecting link copied to clipboard, or you can click on Get Assignment Code, and then learners will just need to go to this website, canva.com/assignment/join, and then they will be prompted to insert the code, and the code that they will insert is the one that they see on the screen, and then they will be able to complete this activity. In order for you to see who has submitted and who hasn't, you can click on Go to Classwork, and you will be able to see which students have opened up your activity and who has submitted it to you for marking. What's nice about this is that, let's go back to the comprehension. What's very nice about this is that, okay, we need to go to home. You can have a look at the data and see who has submitted, how much time they spent in your activity. You can do that by selecting Analytics, and then it will give you this view, and you'll be able to see who's visited, how many times they visited, how much time they spent in your resource. All right, and another way to assign then is to assign it to a Google Classroom or to assign it via Canva if you have set up your Google Classes. So have a look. There will be a video that will show you how to set up your Google Classes. That's going to be coming soon. But now this is how you can create a comprehension. What about any other resource? Well, you go back to your dashboard, you go into templates, and you can search for anything that you want to create. Just to give you some ideas, underneath here, the Explore template section, you can look for education presentations, posters, worksheets, videos, documents, mobile videos, emails, educational whiteboards. You can even create your own educational website, maybe for your classroom, even sheets, educational flyers, flashcards, brochures, resumes, invitations, photo collage, certificates, business cards, class schedules, lesson plans. You can design all of that right here in Canva. Let's say, for example, you're a science teacher and you're teaching about space. You can search for space and you can submit it. And let's say, for example, you want a poster on maybe the different planets. So you can say planet poster and search. Right, and it will come up with all these resources. Then you can choose which one suits your classroom and also the age group that you are teaching. So let's say, for example, we like this one. We can click on it. We can click on customize this template. And again, we can make any changes that we want, or we can even use it as is. We can change the fonts. We can change the colors. You name it, we can change it. Right, and then let's go back to our home by selecting the home button. Okay, we're in home. Right, let's say, for example, I want to create classroom rules. I search for classroom rules, and there is a whole lot of templates that come up with classroom rules. So as you can see, you can create anything that you want using templates. You don't need to start from scratch. This will save you a lot of time. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. We are going to be making many more videos that's going to help you modernize your teaching and also tips and tricks on how to build your school's brand. So please like and share this with a teacher that you think can benefit from this content. Until our next video, thank you very much and goodbye.